And I'm back. It's been a while since I've been on here talking to the camera. Kind of got to get used to it again, to be honest, but I do want to start documenting my 24 weeks out for my bodybuilding show. So this is my first bodybuilding show. I kind of just want to start off the video with me explaining why I'm doing a bodybuilding show and what's the point of it. So before you actually guys, if you guys want to see me pose and do all my routine that I'm doing weekly now, let's talk about why I'm doing this. So this is just a disclaimer. If you don't want to see me in my underwear posing in like probably the next 30 seconds or a minute of the video, or even 2 minutes into the video, skip over, because I'll be talking about a topic about why being super shredded is definitely not sustainable for a lot of people, and why a lot of people should not try to tame the goal of trying to be super shredded like people on the magazine. Okay, but first, I just want to explain why I'm doing a bodybuilding show. It's always been a goal of mine. I've wanted to do one in college, and then I kind of like chickened out, and I don't know, I just never really fully committed. Like, I felt like I wasn't big enough, or I just wasn't good enough, or I didn't want to put in the time and effort into doing so, and I kind of just held it off to the side and just focus on lifting weights instead of just competing in anything. But I always wanted to compete in bodybuilding. I already did in powerlifting. It's surprising because I didn't think I would compete in powerlifting first and then in bodybuilding. I never thought I'd be doing any type of powerlifting event, but I did that first and it was a good experience. Definitely will go back to it because I enjoy the training aspect and just the mental aspect of just going in there and trying to do something that's you think you can't do, but you actually could pull it off during competition. So that's pretty amazing. But for bodybuilding, it's just another challenge for me, right? So that's why I see bodybuilding as like it's a challenge for you to not just mentally but physically, and also probably the diet aspect. That's probably the biggest difference I see between powerlifting and bodybuilding. That's gonna be the most challenging part. I'm only in the first week of it, so it's pretty easy right now. I can still eat the foods that I want to eat. I still have a good appetite. I'm not starving yet, but I know I will be soon enough. So I gotta prepare myself for that. With that being said, yeah, I mean, I didn't do a bodybuilding show in high school, but it's funny thing is my coach used to host these competitions, I guess, where we kind of did bodybuilding, but we were in tank tops and we were posing and we were flexing our muscles, and we did posing routines, and we had, because he was friends with Mr. America, a winner of Mr. America probably like a decade ago or 2 decades ago, and he was the judge, and that kind of inspired me into doing a competition somewhere down the line in the future, and now this is it. And I'm working with Chris Elkins. Tons of respect for that dude. I've been following him since probably 2013 when I saw him compete with Matt Ogus and with all the other YouTubers, and he was actually probably one of the first YouTubers I was following for a while. So really excited. He's been doing a great job just keeping me accountable, and I can't wait to see how I'm gonna look and how I'm gonna feel. Probably won't feel the best, but how I'm gonna look 24 weeks from now. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I could take you along the ride with me from a week to week basis. I won't be doing too much of like a vlogging style. I'll probably be talking in front of camera like this, and then I'll do a segment where I just pose. You guys can watch that posing routine where I just go through the mandatory poses, and then I'll do the the relaxes and the mandatory poses. Not the whole routine. That'll probably be saved until the competition. And yeah, I'm just gonna comment on it, see what I think about my physique, things I need to change. Maybe I'll do some day of eating if you guys want to see what I want to eat. But I kind of want to do more topic videos, like talk about, like today's topic, I want to talk about why shredding and cutting down to that lean and actually being a bodybuilder or looking like a quote-unquote bodybuilder is not sustainable for a lot of people. Right, so I'm gonna cut this video here. You guys could see me pose. Like I said, disclaimer, if you don't want to see me pose or do my mandatories, skip over probably 2 to 3 minutes after this. So probably I'll say about a 10-minute mark, and I'll be discussing about why shredding and bodybuilding it's not for everyone, right? But looking good is, or getting lean is, or losing weight, or getting to a point where you feel happy about where your body is sustainable, but not looking like the guy on the magazine, or the woman on the magazine, because there's a ton that goes into that. All right, so let's discuss about that today. See you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I decided to do a voiceover for these posing routines, or I guess posing mandatories, just so you know about my thought process, what I think about my physique so far, and what I need to improve on, I think. So first off, I'm saying I'm not a pro when it comes to these poses. I've done them before, just because I've seen bodybuilders do them, and I just try to emulate them. But now I have to do it for competition. Of course, and it requires a little more practice. So if you have any tips for me, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. I am open to all suggestions, and anything positive or constructive that I can receive. But one thing I want to say is probably my most, I guess, strongest part of my body is probably going to be my legs. My upper body is probably not on par in comparison in terms of size, I think, when it comes to bodybuilding. But I do think my legs are going to be there once I lean down. And that's the reason why I am doing bodybuilding, to be honest. I think that's going to really carry a lot of the loading in terms of it carrying me to place at a higher placing because of my legs. If I were doing physique, I won't be able to show that, and I work really damn hard on my legs, and I think that's just a genetics that I have. I don't think I have really good genetics, to be honest. I don't think I have great muscle bellies or like huge muscles, but I do think my legs are my most impressive part. So right here, that's the most awkward turn. The side poses, especially this right side, is a little awkward for me. I do have to practice these a little more. And I'm here to just show some of my insecurities. As you can see, I hold a lot of fat in my waist area when I bulk up, and that's probably the last place it's gonna go. So this is week 1, and let's see how I'm gonna look from week to week. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too hard for you guys to watch. If you guys did go through my posing routine, that's how I look, right? No lighting, I mean, the lighting here is okay. It's natural lighting through my room. It's not perfect lighting, and I'm not editing. I'm not doing any type of edits. I kind of just wanted to show you guys how I look in the morning without any food, and yeah, that's it. But with that being said, let's talk about why bodybuilding and why shredding down to maybe 4 to 5% body fat is not ideal for a lot of people. So first, let's talk about shredding down, right? For a lot of people, they admire these people in the magazine, they admire people on Instagram, and I used to be that person too. I admire these people looking like they do on stage, and say like, I want to look like that. I want to have chisel abs, I want to have these lines in my shoulders, I want to have these veins popping out, right? And looking like that, it's like, you're not gonna have your shirt off all the time. So unless you have your shirt off, you probably look like a sick person. So especially when you're super lean and you have like chisel abs, you see every single piece of the muscle, and you look like an anatomy chart, you're probably gonna have a shirt on in the winter, and you're gonna look like a stick for a lot of people, right? So being super lean, there's a lot of pros to it, and there's more cons, I would say, than there's pros, right? Especially everything that you have to sacrifice in order to be lean, right? People don't just naturally just be lean like that without any work, right? It takes a lot of effort, requires a lot of attention, right? Attention to your food, attention to your sleep, and attention to your workouts, right? Because if your workout sucks, you're gonna start losing muscle, and then you're not gonna look as big, and then you're gonna end up having body image issues, and you don't want that. And that's a problem I think I see with a lot of people who are trying to get lean. They want to try to attain this goal and obtain this look that's just very far-fetched. I mean, it's not far-fetched, it's definitely attainable, but not to sustain, right? You can obtain the goal, but it's not to sustain. If you want to sustain a certain type of look, maybe at a lower body fat percentage in the higher end range, maybe 10 to 15%, definitely doable, definitely sustainable, but still requires a little more work, right? So the leaner you want to look, the more chiseled you want to look, you're gonna have to do a little more work. You're gonna have to be more aware, like I said, everything you eat, your workouts, and also your recovery. And to add on top of that, when you're super lean, you're gonna have mood swings. Like I've never gone that super lean yet, so I don't know. So once I get to that point, I'll probably understand a lot of people, because what I've heard is, you know, when you're super lean, your hormones do not work properly. Your testosterone levels are low, especially for males. You're gonna have no sex drive. Okay, you can be sitting there and you have all the women in the world trying to get your attention, but you're not gonna want it. So your testosterone is gonna be low, level is gonna be low. You're not gonna want to do anything. You're gonna be grumpy. All right, that might cause issues within your social life and within you know, your family as well. So just be aware of that if you're trying to obtain that goal and you're trying to look like these people on Instagram, because they do not look like that year round. And I kind of just want to spill out the beans and be honest about people on Instagram and people on social media. There's a lot of things like lighting. Do they have a pump, right? Did they get blood into their muscles? Did they do some bicep curls, push-ups before the picture? Did they edit their photos, right? If you have a great photographer that could edit their photos, right? Even someone who doesn't look as lean, you can make them look very lean, right? So a lot of it is just an illusion to look that way, and it's not sustainable. So do I recommend people to do bodybuilding? Yes, if you enjoy the sport. Yes, if you want to kind of just challenge yourself in terms of dieting and also training for competition, because it takes a lot of mental discipline and being able to consistently be on top of everything you do. Because powerlifting, a lot of it is just lifting the weights. Bodybuilding, you're gonna have to do more nutritional stuff, and that's the hard part for a lot of people. So keep that in mind. Bodybuilding is, I'm not trying to trash bodybuilding. I wouldn't be doing this show, right? So I enjoy the sport. I think a lot of people who are doing the sport are amazing, but for the average Joe, average individual out there, it's not sustainable, right? Especially for a lot of people who have high stress jobs, who have kids to deal with, and they have a lot going on in their life. Is very tough to I guess get that bodybuilding look or shredded look. So don't try to achieve a shredded look. What I recommend is trying to achieve something else besides looking a certain type of way. Of course, that's the ultimate goal, right? You want to look great. You want to have that beach body, right? But instead, try to obtain goals in the gym. Are you lifting more weights? Are you feeling better? Are your habits actually better, right? Are you creating better habits, right? Because if you create better habits, you could get one step closer in terms of achieving that goal of going to get that beach body that you want. So this is all about creating habits, right? If you want to change your body, you want to look a certain type of way, you want to achieve certain fitness goals, it's all about having good habits, having discipline, right? Having consistency. Like, those two things are probably biggest things that I have to highlight in terms of achieving your fitness goals, in terms of like, especially like physique fitness goals, looking a certain type of way. It's all consistency and discipline, and that's all it takes. I mean, it might sound easy, but trust me, day in and day out with everything else going on is very tough. So keep that in mind. Find what works best for you. So I'm not trying to discourage you from trying to achieve your goals in terms of getting that six-pack or getting shredded for the summer or looking a certain type of way. I just want you to think about, if I could do this for a long period of time, and will I be happy doing it? Well, can I sustain it? Will it affect my social life and everything else around us, around you? Because there's more to than just lifting weights, looking good, right? There's other aspects of life, and right, fitness is just one thing, and I kind of just want to highlight that and give you guys my thoughts on it and why not everyone should be shredded. Okay, not everyone should be shredded, because it is hard, takes effort. Is it obtainable? Yes, but should you obtain that goal? Well, that depends, right? If you really want to attain it, you got to put in the work. Okay, hope that helps. Hopefully you guys enjoy this vlog I'm gonna do every week. Gonna have these chat and talk about specific topics. If you guys did enjoy it, you guys could hit that subscribe button down here, give me a thumbs up, share it with anyone, and I'll see you guys next week. So this is week 1 out of 24. Here we go, 24 weeks out. My first bodybuilding show. It's gonna be August 10th in the Max Hype Extreme, or Max Hype. What was it? I forgot what's the name. Something Max Hype bodybuilding, all natural, Max Hype all natural bodybuilding show in Orlando. It's gonna be awesome, because I actually never traveled, to be honest, out of state a lot. Like I've probably only been to 2 other states, and that's not really for vacation at all. So this will be good, kind of get me out of New York City and explore other states. So see you guys in the next video.